What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to the Liverpool West Ham United post-match analysis video. And Liverpool start off the new Premier League season with a 4-0 demolition of West Ham United. I was really nervous but also really excited before this game and before this season, and I honestly think that this is the best Liverpool squad that we have seen in the past maybe 15 to 20 years. So let me know, where do you think Liverpool will finish at the end of the season? I predicted a 3-1 victory for this West Ham game. I really thought that they would score today, but both defensively and especially in midfield and attack, Liverpool were almost faultless. We played some of our best football, and I think the man of the match was Sadio Mane, but the player who really stood out for me is Naby Keita. He really transforms our midfield. Liverpool have been crying out for a player like Naby Keita for many years. Not since we had prime Steven Gerrard in our midfield did we have a player who can pick the ball up in midfield, especially in deep lying midfield role, and just glide and just drive past 2 or 3 defenders or midfielders and then ping a pass or score a goal. And Naby Keita today was just everywhere. I really am impressed with him. And Mohamed Salah, of course, started the season off where he left off last season, scoring in the first game of the season. A brilliant passage of play. Naby Keita picks out Robertson with an overlapping run, and Robertson puts in a perfect cross in the corridor of uncertainty between the goalkeeper and the defenders, and Mohamed Salah only has to tap it home into the empty net. And Salah should have scored another one. Firmino picks him out, but this time Fabianski makes a good save. By the way, Fabianski used to play for Swansea. He conceded 5 goals at Anfield last season. Liverpool-Swansea ended up 5-0 to Liverpool, and this time he concedes 4 goals. And also an interesting statistic, this was the 4th game in a row where Liverpool played West Ham where Liverpool scored 4 goals. Absolutely incredible statistics. So Salah didn't make it 2-0, but that didn't really worry Liverpool just before the end of the first half, and I think that goal was the key to this game. Sadio Mane makes it 2-0. Mane looked the sharpest Liverpool player in pre-season, and he looked like a player on fire. I really think that this will be the best season for Sadio Mane in a Liverpool shirt. Last season he didn't score 20 goals. He only scored, as I say, only something like 15 or 16 goals, and this time I think he will score 20 plus goals. He looks really sharp, and I think Sadio Mane getting the number 10 shirt, it really galvanizes him, and I'm really looking forward to watching the Liverpool attack. I think we honestly have the second best team in the Premier League right now, and that's where I expect Liverpool to finish at the end of the season. But who knows, if Man City drop so many points, which is a big if, then I can see Liverpool potentially winning the Premier League title this season. Not just on this performance, but according to the whole squad. Just look at our bench today. We had Henderson, Fabinho, Lallana, Shaqiri, Daniel Sturridge and Loris Karius on the bench. So we had a brilliant bench. So Sadio Mane makes it 2-0, and then Sadio Mane makes it 3-0 with a clear offside goal. And I can't understand why on earth did the Premier League not put VAR into the league this season. We are already like 3 days into the new season, and there already have been multiple decisions by referees, not just in this game but other games, where VAR would have prevented the obvious clear errors by the referees. And honestly, the Premier League's standard for referees is miles away from the standard of the players themselves. I think the refereeing is really below par, and it showed that, for example, in the World Cup, there was not one single English referee from the Premier League representing England in the World Cup. So I really think that the Premier League referees are just not good enough, in my opinion, and VAR is needed. I'm saying this even though this decision benefited Liverpool. Sadio Mane was a yard offside, the referee and the linesman didn't see it. The game is so quick nowadays that the referee and the linesman sometimes can't just follow the play in their true pace in real life motion, but a simple replay showed that it was a clear offside goal. And last season there was a study done by ESPN. Last season Liverpool lost 12 points to refereeing mistakes. Liverpool were the unluckiest team last season according to that study done by the ESPN. And guess who was the luckiest team last season? Guess which team benefited the most from refereeing decisions? Manchester United. So this season maybe it will be the other way around and Liverpool will actually benefit from refereeing decisions. I really hope so, because I think the way referees ignore penalties, I mean, it's just a travesty. Last season Tottenham in one game got more penalties at Anfield than Liverpool for the whole 19 games in the Premier League. That's just speaks volumes that in the whole 19 games of the season Liverpool only got like one penalty at Anfield, which is ridiculous considering how many times Salah, Mane and Firmino gets brought down in the box. Today there should have been a penalty as well when Naby Keita was taken out in the box in the second half. So Mane makes it 3-0 with an offside goal, and then Liverpool maybe a little bit setback. West Ham had a couple of chances, but West Ham looked like a team with too many new signings in their starting lineup. West Ham signed 9 new players and 5 of them started in this game, and they need, I think, a lot of weeks to play together, play with each other, so they can figure out the other players' movements. They are just a team who needs to gel, and I think West Ham will be a very good team. I actually predicted them finishing in 8th place this season. They have made some very good signings, but today they looked a little bit disjointed, and Liverpool just dominated the midfield. Milner, Wijnaldum and Naby Keita just ran the West Ham midfield ragged. They just destroyed them to pieces, especially Naby Keita, but also Wijnaldum and Milner had very good performances. They were also very sharp because they did a full pre-season. Henderson came on as a substitute, Shaqiri and Daniel Sturridge, and the player who impressed me the most was Daniel Sturridge, who actually scored with his first touch. He comes on in the 87th minute and we get a corner, and Sturridge scores that corner at the far post. Snodgrass glances the header towards the far post. He couldn't clear it, and Sturridge makes it 4-0. And Jurgen Klopp was so happy about that. Actually, Daniel Sturridge is one of my favorite Liverpool players. I love him as a character. And Sturridge scoring the 4th goal was the icing on the cake, and Liverpool go top of the league. It doesn't really mean anything but a good start. And we already can get ahead of either Arsenal or Man City or both, because they play against each other just in a few minutes time. I will review that game in the evening as well, and I'm also editing a Liverpool career mode, so stay tuned for that. Let me know, where do you think Liverpool will finish? I honestly think that we can run Man City close. From last season we made huge upgrades. Alisson looks like a very assured, confident goalkeeper, and what also stood out to me is Alisson's distribution. He can ping a low, driven pass towards the midfielders or the wingers miles better than either Karius or Mignolet. I mean, Mignolet's distribution is awful. He's absolutely like a shocker of a distributor of the ball, and Karius, even though his distribution is a little bit better than Mignolet's, it's still miles away from Alisson's distribution. And Alisson also looks like an absolute giant. He's such a huge, tall, really muscular, strong goalkeeper that I think it will make a massive difference for Liverpool, because last season sometimes there were games where Liverpool dominated the game. We had 20 shots, the opposition had 3 shots and scored with 2 shots on target. And that just can't happen anymore. And I think Liverpool's defense is a lot better than last season, so I'm really looking forward to the new season. Really looking forward to watching this Liverpool team play. We are going to Crystal Palace next. that will be a really tough game. That will be the first like true test of the season, because Crystal Palace are a really good team and they have some really big players who can hurt Liverpool, like Wilfried Zaha, for example, and Christian Benteke is a really dangerous striker on his day. But then we have Brighton at home, and the way Brighton started against Watford, they look like a really disjointed team already. So if Liverpool can pick up 9 points from the first 3 games, and then we go Southampton as well, who failed to beat Burnley today. So Liverpool, if we can start with like 4 wins from the first 4 games, it's a big if, then we will be off to a really flying start. I think Naby Keita is the key to this Liverpool team, because he completely transforms our midfield options, our midfield performances. It really frees up other players, and also it creates danger. And what I really like about this team is that defenses that we face, they can't just concentrate on Salah, because they will probably double up on Salah, but that will free up either Firmino or Mane or Naby Keita, or even players like Henderson or Wijnaldum or James Milner or Lallana. So there will always be 1 or 2 players free for Liverpool, and we can score from all areas of the pitch. Really looking forward to the new season. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Good night.